Welcome to the Does This Happen to You podcast, where we explore the funny side of truth is stranger than fiction stories. Our story this week is from Lauren Cantor, who you'll find on medium.com, and here is, It's Never Good to Confront a Meter Maid. My first show business job after college was as a menial serf for a Beverly Hills production company specializing in award shows. I ran errands, photocopied scripts, and ordered office supplies. The low point of each day was lunch. I took meal orders for a dozen staff, then drove to multiple restaurants to pick up the food. My nemesis was a portly executive producer named Dennis Goldstein. He threatened to fire me if I didn't retrieve the lunch orders quickly. He'd accuse me of screwing up, then send me out for more food, an excuse for him to get double portions. Restaurants included Nate and Al's for pastrami, Kate Mantellini for roast chicken, Hamburger Hamlet for burgers, and Il Fornaio for pasta. Each stop meant I had to find parking, a near impossible task in Beverly Hills. There were no loading zones, and this was the pre-cell phone era, so I couldn't call to have the food brought outside. I carried jars of quarters and prayed to the parking gods for available spots. Broken parking meters were the bane of my existence. I received a ticket in my first week due to a faulty meter on Cannon Drive. The citation was $75, more than half my daily salary of $150. The company refused to cover parking tickets. During pre-production on the Golden Globe Awards, I took lunch orders for 24 people. I limited choices to 2 restaurants, but Goldstein advised people to order whatever they wanted. "He'll go where I send him," he said. On a rainy January day, I drove to California Pizza Kitchen on Beverly Drive. I sought parking for 15 minutes before risking the red zone in front of the restaurant. I sprinted inside, grabbed the food, and returned to the car, whereupon I found a citation under the wiper blade. The fine was $90. I groaned and headed toward my next stop, the Cheesecake Factory. I eyed a car leaving, made an illegal U-turn, and parked in the open spot. The meter was broken. I pondered whether to risk a second ticket. The heavy rain made my decision for me. I jaywalked, sans umbrella, and entered the restaurant. They forgot the garlic bread, causing a 5-minute delay. I returned to the car expecting another ticket, but I was lucky. The meter maid was busy up the street tending to a fender bender. I praised the heavens and returned to the office, where Goldstein accused me of botching his order. "You asked for Cobb salad," I protested. "Don't be a schmuck," he said. "But sir, I asked you 3 times. I want a Bronx special on my desk in 15 minutes or you're fired." I returned to my car, exasperated. I circled Beverly Drive. Twice I saw cars leaving, but both times another driver beat me to the spot. I knew there was a handicap spot in front of Nate and Al's. This was risky, since handicap citations were expensive. I searched for another 10 minutes before opting for the handicap spot. The deli was packed, and it took a few minutes to get the sandwich. When I returned to my car, there was another parking ticket on the windshield. This one was $225. I did a quick calculation. I was losing $165 for working that day. My body shuddered. I saw the meter maid about 30 feet away. She was a middle-aged woman with a no-nonsense demeanor. I strode toward her. "Excuse me, ma'am," I said. She gave me a cursory glance and looked away. "You just gave me a ticket, but I was only there for a minute to pick up food. There's no parking anywhere and it's raining. This is my second ticket of the day and I was wondering if you could maybe cancel the ticket? Once the citation is written, there's nothing I can do. Her lips were pursed as if she'd bitten into a lemon. Can't you say you made a mistake? I didn't make a mistake. She walked away. I followed. Ma'am, please, have a heart. I'm a lowly worker like you. She scowled. I didn't mean lowly. Please, ma'am, I'm just trying to make a living. Get away from me, sir. She thrust her finger inches from my face, then continued walking. This was infuriating. Are you proud of what you do, ruining people's days? I said. Sir, if you don't leave me alone, I'm calling the police. She gave me a stern look. I eyed the ticket book in her hand. If somehow she were to lose that book, she'd have no way of tracking me. Without thinking, I ripped the ticket book from her hands. We locked eyes, both stunned by my action. I froze, unsure what to do. She reached for the ticket book. I turned and ran, full sprint. I was young and she was in her 50s, and I knew she couldn't keep up. Halfway up the street, I noticed a sewer drain with brown rainwater spilling into the opening. I tossed the ticket book into the sewer and watched as it flowed into the muck and mud. I looked back and saw the meter maid watching in disbelief. My head was a minefield of consequences, all bad. I hurried to my car and sped away. The meter maid was too far away to record my license plate or take note of my car. This provided little solace. I drove to the office, my heart beating out of my chest. I lingered in the office parking lot until I caught my breath. I delivered Goldstein's sandwich, then told the office manager I wasn't feeling well. I took the rest of the day off. At home, I smoked a joint to relax. It didn't work. I told my roommate about the incident. He laughed and then adopted an aura of gravitas. If they find that ticket book, you're in trouble, he said. What am I supposed to do? You need to get to it before they do. Around midnight, my roommate and I drove his car to Beverly Hills. It was no longer raining. The stores were closed and the streets empty. We parked near the sewer and shined a flashlight into the open drain. We saw fast food wrappers, bottles, tons of leaves. I'd brought a mop from home that I used to rummage through the detritus. Before long, I saw the ticket book in the corner, pages open. It was filthy but intact. We heard a car approaching, then saw flashing lights. A Beverly Hills squad car pulled to the curb. 2 officers exited the car, their bright flashlights blinding us. What are you doing? The first officer asked. I commanded my brain to come up with an excuse. I lost a $100 bill in the sewer. How exactly did you do that? He asked. I dropped the bill and a gust of wind blew it into the hole. He obviously didn't believe me, but since it was a windy night, anything's possible. The second officer pointed his flashlight into the sewer. We saw a Budweiser can, a bike tire, a Neiman Marcus shopping bag. The beam lingered on the ticket book for a moment, then moved left to reveal a large rat. The officer turned off his light. Looks like you're out $100, he said. That sucks, I answered. You 2 need to leave before we cite you for loitering. We thanked them and drove home. I had nightmares about cops breaking down my front door. The next morning, I called a friend who was a defense attorney. I asked him what I should do. Nothing, he said. Should I pay the citation left on my car? Absolutely not. You'll be fine. That meter maid is probably close to retirement. Not only did you embarrass her, you may have caused her to violate some code of conduct that could risk her pension. She won't report you, I guarantee it. So you think she's just going to let it go? Oh, no, she'll be looking for you, but as long as she doesn't find you, you're in the clear. He advised me to stay out of Beverly Hills for the foreseeable future. I quit my job and found a new gig at Radford Studios in the Valley. For the next 6 months, I lived in a low-level state of anxiety, expecting to be arrested any day. It never happened, and I put my life of crime behind me. Thanks for listening. I'm Chris Kepler, and I hope you enjoyed listening to these stories as much as I enjoyed narrating them. I'd love for more people to hear these wonderful stories, so please share and tell your friends.